Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Dives, Mr. Crockpot on Twitter. Today, we are counting down my top 10 quarterbacks in the 2023 NFL Draft. If you guys love the draft, please consider subscribing. Let's go. Coming in number 10 in my rankings is Clayton Tune out of Houston. Here is a quarterback prospect that can get the ball downfield in a hurry. Tune's 6 completions, targeted 40 plus yards downfield, were the 4th most in the country, and his 29 completions, 20 plus yards downfield, ranked 12th. Concern-wise, this is more of a pocket passer. Just 9.4% of his dropbacks resulted in scrambles past the line in 2022, and his lack of athleticism has a chance of hurting his draft stock. However, this is a clutch, exceedingly confident quarterback who has a gunslinger's mentality when faced with risk. Clayton Tune throws with nice touch, but still struggles to throw with touch accurately. He's a fairly accurate quarterback who moves very well through the pocket. He seems to have a natural feel for where pressure and defenders are, and he's got quick, fluid feet. Right now, I've got a day 3 grade on Clayton Tune. Let's watch some highlights.
3. Dell in motion. Tune keeps it, and he's going to have enough for the first down, and then some. Tune with a nice gallop.
Cleveland. Blitz comes. He's flushed and looking and scrambling and leaping, and he's in! Wow! Clayton Tune up and away.
These quarterback design runs. Get a 14. First down, Tune, time, end zone, touchdown!
Coming in number 9 in my rankings is Jake Haener out of Fresno State. Jake Haener is an intriguing prospect who is not afraid to work the middle of the field or throw with anticipation into tight windows. Despite his less than imposing size, Haener possesses more than adequate NFL arm strength that can touch every level of the football field. He's got above average creation capacity and athleticism to go off script and improvise. He has the arm elasticity to adjust throwing angles and throw off platform. He also showcases amazing competitive toughness and has shown to be a clutch playmaker in crucial moments. Concern-wise, it's not exactly ideal that he has only had 2 games against Power 5 schools, including Oregon State and USC. He's also shown to get happy feet under pressure and has inconsistent accuracy on deep balls. Right now, I've got a day 3 grade on Jake Haener. Let's watch some highlights.
One of his great players, Scott Matlock, was in that same huddle admonishing his players.
In the end zone, touchdown, Zane Pope. Bada bing, bada boom. Just like that. And that's a big lead throw.
Got to get it out quickly. Complete, but zeros are on the clock as they're inside the 10 with Remigio.
Haener, complete. Remigio on the move. Touchdown, Nico Remigio. And from off the mat, the Bulldogs have the lead.
Coming in number 8 in my rankings is Aiden O'Connell out of Purdue. Here is a downfield pocket passer that is fearless inside the pocket with a quick release. With a 6'3", 212-pound frame, O'Connell fits the prototypical quarterback mold for the next level. What's most impressive about O'Connell is his processing ability and football IQ. This is a guy who flashes the ability to make full field progressions. He can effectively anticipate wide receiver breaks and windows on intermediate and deep outs, where timing is imperative, especially in the NFL. O'Connell also has played a lot of snaps, including over 1,300 dropbacks. Concern-wise, he has to clean up the baggage and stop making mistakes. His 25 turnover-worthy plays in 2022 were the second most in all of college football last year. Arm strength-wise, it's also above average at best. Despite having pedestrian measurables, I think his toughness and poise in the pocket will garner attention from teams to eventually make him a day 3 selection in the 2023 NFL Draft. Let's watch some highlights.
Oh snap, O'Connell fires sideline, caught! It's Brock Thompson again, and he will rumble all the way down to the sideline for a 70-yard touchdown!
So they bring it back, a 2nd and 10, saying that was an incompletion. O'Connell, this isn't Jackson and drop, touchdown, Boilermakers.
He's playing coverage, over the middle, caught by the tight end, Payne Durham. Into Tennessee territory, spins free, Durham down the sideline, a stiff arm, he is in. O'Connell rolls, gonna let go, deep, wide open, a Purdue first down and more for Brock Thompson on the U-turn on Lower Broadway, he is in, touchdown Purdue, 75 yards.
Down. Lockaby picks up the blitz, O'Connell time, Jones wide open. Inside the 10, touchdown Purdue!
Coming in number 7 in my rankings is Cameron Ward out of Washington State. If he stays in the draft, Cameron Ward will be the youngest quarterback in the 2023 NFL Draft. Ward has an elastic arm and lateral twitch to be one of the best playmakers in this class. This is a guy who looks natural when throwing on the run, and he delivers strikes into small windows with excellent velocity and a tight spiral. He's also got strong measurables and durability. At 6'2" and 220 pounds, he's built to withstand the rigors of the professional game. Ward also hasn't missed any game time during his career as a result of injury. Ward needs to work on his lower body mechanics and pre-snap process, but he already possesses several elite traits, including arm strength and velocity, and is currently developing his anticipation, touch, and ability to throw on the run. Right now, I've got a day 3 grade on Cameron Ward. Let's watch some highlights.
Ward trying to get it done on his own, needs some help. Needs a lot of help. There's Watson.
Oh my God.
Now does he have room? Nakia, he's got it. First down and then some.
Coming in number 6 in my rankings is Tanner McKee out of Stanford. Before anyone says, who? Tanner McKee? Let me just say this. McKee played behind the 8th lowest graded pass blocking offensive line in the Power 5, and the vast majority of his games had Tanner McKee in, quite simply, survival mode. McKee is a polished passer with some of the best footwork, timing, and accuracy in the class. His 2.51 second average time to throw is the 2nd quickest of anyone on this quarterback list. Combine that with great size and an NFL caliber arm, and you see why he's a better prospect than his stats suggest. Negative-wise, he'll be a 23-year-old rookie with limited upside inside the pocket. Even more pressing is McKee's middling creation capacity. He's not a liability on the ground, but he is relatively stiff and he's an upright mover in the pocket. He also doesn't have the speed or acceleration to escape defenders in space. Right now, I've got a rounds 3 through 4 grade on Tanner McKee. Let's watch some highlights.
Pac-12. Run pass option, this time McKee to pass, and it's incomplete. It's 10 o'clock at night, I don't know. McKee throws. What a grab by Wilson.
There's McKee, protection's great, looking down the sideline, and that pass is juggled. It's Michael.
Stanford's go-to guy outside, been very productive so far. Excellent with the contested catches. The ball is loose, it stays loose, and eventually...
The read actually should have took him there, too.
Down the sideline, contact.
catch. Touchdown, Cardinals.
I missed the last one, but I got the keys right here, and what a catch by
Over his skis tonight.
Pressure coming from Muasau. McKee right side, and that... UCLA only does bring 4. McKee floats it deep.
Coming in number 5 in my rankings is Hendon Hooker out of Tennessee. Here is a prospect that has improved every single year in college. We've also seen real year-on-year growth from him, going from a 71.5 passing grade with Virginia Tech in 2020 to a 78.3 with Tennessee in 21 to an 85.4 this past season. Hendon Hooker checks off a lot of boxes with a strong arm, good size, he's light on his feet in the pocket, and he can also make defenders miss inside that pocket. He also loves the big play, targeting guys downfield. However, he struggles with accuracy once he gets out of the pocket. On 151 dropbacks the past 2 seasons, where he was moved off the spot, Hooker completed only 7 passes. The concerns also don't stop there. He'll turn 25 in January and tore his ACL back in November. While I don't think he'll be a franchise level quarterback at the next level, I think Hooker has a chance to blossom in the right system with the right supporting cast. Right now, I've got a day 2 grade on Hendon Hooker. Let's watch some highlights.
DC, number 2 in the nation. As Hooker looks downfield in the end zone.
Too fast on the run. Otherwise, these big pass plays won't be there.
There's a pass play that's there. Jalen Hyatt.
Here comes pressure from Pitt. They don't get there. Flag down. Single coverage beaten again. All the way to the goal line goes Tillman.
Need to run the ball a little bit.
Going deep. Man's there. Got it. Now he's going to go deep. Got a man out there. Oh, what a catch. Diving catch by Keaton. Hooker down the middle. Got him on the fly. It's Hyatt again, and he's going to take it. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Scored on all 6 possessions this half, and Hooker's got a wide open receiver again, catching it like a punt inside the 20 is Keaton.
They're back at the 28, still in field goal range. Hooker throws, end zone, touchdown!
Coming in number 4 in my rankings is Anthony Richardson out of Florida. Here is an uber athlete that probably should have stayed another season in college while developing his elite skill set. Just how good of an athlete is Anthony Richardson? Richardson broke 39 tackles on 97 carries this season for 713 yards on the ground in 2022. Inside the pocket is where Anthony Richardson needs to develop the most. While his footwork is sound and consistent, he's a long way away when it comes to developing into an accurate quarterback. His uncatchable off-target rate on throws past the line of scrimmage was 35.8% this past season. Anthony Richardson is a multi-year project at the next level, but he's a worthwhile gamble due to those elite physical tools. Right now, I've got a rounds 1 through 2 grade on Anthony Richardson. Let's watch some highlights.
Anderson goes in motion. What a play by Richardson. A ball fake. Richardson got the edge and is gone off. They're looking at his shoe bottoms. Deuces, touchdown.
Coming in number 3 in my rankings is CJ Stroud out of Ohio State. Here's a prospect with loads of arm talent and strength. His accuracy and processing are elite. 33.6 of his attempts past the line of scrimmage were deemed perfectly placed per PFF. That is the highest rate in the class. But you cannot ignore this simple fact. There's no doubt that over the past 2 years, CJ Stroud has been operating within an incredibly favorable situation. He'll have played behind 3 different NFL offensive tackles and thrown to likely 4 different first-round wide receivers. He also needs to show he can perform better under pressure. Stroud has a 36.8 passing grade when under pressure this season, and his ability to create outside of structure just isn't as good as my top 2 guys on this list. Right now, I've got a round 1 grade on CJ Stroud. Let's watch some highlights.
Stroud lost to the pylon. Harrison's got it. Flag out. Touchdown signal. Off the play action, Stroud wants a downfield shot, and he's got Fleming running free, and Julian Fleming battles to the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Coming in number 2 in my rankings is Will Levis out of Kentucky. It's been a roller coaster season for Will Levis, but he's going to be one of the quarterbacks who projects better in the pros than in college. While his decision making on the football field leaves a lot to be desired, it's important to note that Levis was under pressure on 37.8% of his dropbacks in 2022, while only possessing a 3.0% turnover-worthy play rate at Kentucky. Will Levis has a rocket launcher on his shoulder with an ultra-quick release. He has no problem delivering into tight windows, and he also ran for 516 yards on 98 carries with 20 broken tackles. However, you cannot ignore the inconsistency. He still throws from an inconsistent base far too often, leading to some inaccuracies. His touch throws were also a bit disappointing at times in 2022. However, right now, I've got a top 15 grade on Will Levis. I think this guy is going to crush it during the upcoming draft process. Let's watch some highlights. Coming in number 1 in my rankings is, no surprise, Bryce Young out of Alabama. Inside the pocket, outside the pocket, Bryce Young checks off a ton of boxes with his arm and legs. His ability to create in both of these areas is as elite as it gets. If he's dodging through pressure, he's always in control. This is a guy who plays with elite poise and processing ability to make defenders miss and hit guys in stride on all 3 levels. If this guy was 2 inches taller, he'd be the surefire number 1 pick in the 2023 draft. Outside of those size concerns, Bryce Young can leave pockets a little too early. Sometimes that is necessary because the play has broken down, but also sometimes it is strategic. However, sometimes it's him rolling out too early that causes the play to break down when it was unnecessary to do so. Despite the size issues, Bryce Young has all the arm talent, decision making, accuracy, athleticism, production, and mentality you would want from an early quarterback selection. Right now, I've got a top 10 grade on Bryce Young. Let's watch some highlights.
To the wide side of the field, down here at the bottom.
And they throw deep to an open receiver. Inside the 10, Ja'Cory Brooks. Down to the pylon. Touchdown, Alabama.
He's going to waddle over to the left. Fakes that he was going to take a handoff. The throw is to wide open Billingsley. If he got the pylon, he got the touchdown, and he did.
Mechanics of officiating. Young back in the end zone again on 3rd and 5. That question might have to wait because there goes Jamison Williams to the house.
So those are my top 10 quarterbacks in the 2023 NFL Draft. Do you agree with my list? Did I miss anybody? Let me know down in that comment section below. Message me on Twitter at Mr. Crockpot for anything NFL Draft, and please consider subscribing. Thank you everyone for watching. Stay awesome.